In September, we told you about a unique auction item, a pair of tickets to Ford's Theater for April 14th, 1865. As any history buff will know, it was the night Abraham Lincoln was in the audience and lost his life to an assassin's bullet. The tickets sold for $262,500, well above the opening price. The winning bidder is a familiar name to sports fans. Scott MacFarlane takes us to Washington to meet the ticket's new owner.
Inside the intimate Ford's Theater near the White House, days after the end of the Civil War, the presentation of Our American Cousin was to be a moment of celebration and joy, with Abraham Lincoln in the president's box. He came here that night to unwind.
He did, absolutely. It's one of his favorite things to do.
April 14th, 1865, a date students of history know quite well. Confederate sympathizer John Wilkes Booth broke into the unguarded box, shot Lincoln, and barreled down to the stage.
And all of a sudden, you have chaos unfolding here in the crowd. People on the first floor are clambering up onto the stage to get after Booth and to also get up into that box.
An attack that National Park Service ranger and historian Garrett Koss says left an indelible mark on the nation. This summer, when a Boston auction house put up for sale what it said were a pair of front-row tickets on the upper level to the show, they expected the tickets could yield more than $60,000. And were they right?
Here they are right here.
These tickets, you ended up paying nearly $250,000, and you would have went higher?
I would have went higher.
Jim Irsay won the auction. And if his name rings a bell, you might be a football fan. Jim Irsay owns the Indianapolis Colts, and the football team is just one of the interesting things he owns.
It's a service of the arts to the community.
When our Vladimir Duthier met with Irsay this year, he found Irsay is a one-man museum with a $100 million collection that includes a Muhammad Ali championship belt, a Bob Dylan guitar, and an Abraham Lincoln pocket knife. And now, tickets to Our American Cousin, which became Our American Tragedy.
To really have two mint condition tickets that were there that night.
You just realize you're holding history.
There's no question. I mean, history right here.
Inside Ford's Theater, they welcome tourists from across the world each year as they teach about April 14, 1865. But they also have news shows year-round as they try to build more than just a history, but also a future. For CBS Saturday Morning, Scott MacFarlane, Washington.
If I could go back in time, that would be one of the things I would have changed. What if he had lived? I mean, the world, the nation would be a lot different, I think.
$262,500. That's what Mr. Irsay, what Jim Irsay paid for those tickets. And I was saying during the piece, you have to have his kind of money to collect the way that he does.
Some of the people on our show have seen his full collection, everything he has, the guitars. It's
our executive producer being one of them.
Amazing.
Amazing stuff.